Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Jimmy Labreck. For those of you who don't know me, of course most of you should know me by now, and hopefully at the sound of my voice that inspires you to wobble a whole lot better and to do your warm-up exercise so you can get the best adjustment possible. And if you're not inspired yet, then I hope in the next few minutes you will become that way. So today I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about elevation health. A lot of people are asking, you know, why did you leave the program that you guys were doing before? What's this thing called elevation health? So elevation health is actually an improved health delivery system model. And you know, in the past you guys have heard that, you know, your nervous system is a crucial part in your health, and nutrition and toxicity, and but there was a few elements that were missing. So with elevation health, what we decided to do is, you know, leave out what was not as relevant as far as health goes, that's easy for most of you to do, and we decided to put in what most people need to hear, what most people need to do so that they have the best health possible. And that's why we birthed Elevation Health. So the 5 partners in Elevation Health are Dr. Randy Johns, Dr. Dave Yachter, his brother Dr. Dan Yachter, then we have Dr. Rob Vasquez, and of course myself. The Yachter brothers are in Florida, and Dr. Vasquez, Johns, and I are obviously here in Texas. And the reason we birthed this again is because we have a heart. We want to transform our community. You know, I'm looking at chiropractic profession right now. We're a 110 or 17-year-old profession, and if I look back at 117 years ago, what we were teaching, how much we were able to help people versus today, you know, I'm looking at the stats, and the reality is there are more people that are sick today than it was back 117 years ago. And to me, that doesn't make sense, because the reality is we have more doctors, more technology, we have more knowledge, and yet more and more people are sick. Right now in this country, out of 50 best industrialized country in the world, we rank 50 at the bottom of the list. We are the sickest industrialized country in the world right now. And yet, most doctors, we have the most technology, the most money. We're also the most depressed community and country in the world right now as we speak. And we have all the toys and all the gizmos to be as happy as we can be. So that doesn't make sense. And at the end of the day, again, how much have we transformed our community? The answer is very simple. We have not. And that's why Elevation Health is around. We want to make sure that we transform your community, our community, and we want to make sure that we multiply this concept called Elevation Health so that we can actually show you and show your friends, your family, your brothers, sisters, your extended family even, how to be healthy, so that they can enjoy you, so that you can enjoy them, so that you guys can have the best quality of life, so that you can truthfully make an impact and leave a legacy for your people.
Hello, this is Dr. Dave Yachter, the chiropractor, co-founder for Elevation Health. I am coming to you live from Champion Chiropractic in Plantation, Florida, an Elevation Health Center. So I hope everybody's doing great out there. You're doing your exercises, you're wobbling around, you're doing your traction, you're doing all that good stuff while you watch me, and you're wondering what I'm going to talk about. Many of you have seen me before, although I haven't seen you, I'm sure. I might be coming to a town near you to meet you, but for now, I just want to let you know how much we appreciate everyone out there for participating in a program that's going to take you to your best health and best life yet. I also want to talk to you about what's happening for the month of August. The theme for this month is stress and time management. And I don't have to tell each and every one of you how important this is to manage your stress. How many of you guys watching this right now would like just a little bit less stress? I know I do. And how many of you also know how much stress saps your energy? I think we're all aware of that. The statistics are that stress actually lowers your immune system. This has been scientifically proven, and all of us want to prevent cancer, and we want to prevent heart disease, and we want to prevent diabetes. But did you know that stress can actually increase the likelihood and the chances of you developing those degenerative diseases? It's absolutely true. Almost 20 million Americans are diagnosed depressed every single year. And that's the number of cases that we currently have right now. That's staggering, but something even more insane than that I recently discovered is that more than 1 million preschoolers are diagnosed depressed every single year and put on antidepressant medication. I just said preschoolers, guys. So we have an epidemic of depression in this country. And the saddest thing for me is that depression as a diagnosis cannot be proven. Depression exists subjectively in the eyes of the physician or person evaluating the other person as subjected to. And what that means is that you can't prove depression. You can't prove bipolar disorder. You can't prove any of these brain diseases with a blood test, with an x-ray, or any test available today. So it's completely subjective. And people don't know that. So they fall prey to that. They fall prey to our medical system, big pharma, and many of the other lies perpetuated out there, which we call disease mongering, because people just don't know the truth. And they don't know there's an answer for their health. They don't know that there's a way to dig out of a place called depression, which is really characterized by things like low energy and fatigue, headaches, dizziness, and all types of other health problems, which aren't because of a lack of a pill. Many of these symptoms that I've just described to you aren't because of a lack of drugs, they're because of an interference in the body. And you and I know at this point, you've already been taught this and educated about universal principles, chiropractic principles, so to speak, which start with the fact that your body's smart. There's a universal intelligence in all living things, including you, me, and everybody that you know. And what that means is that your body's not stupid, it's smart. It knows how to function, it knows how to heal, it wants to do it. It's always ready, willing, and able, nothing less than 100%. So whenever you have a health problem, you always have to fall back on that principle, saying that, no, my body's not stupid. It's smart. It wants to get well. The question is, why isn't it getting well? What's interfering with that innate intelligence, with my body's own ability to heal itself? And that's the truth. That's the principle that you've learned about, which is an amazing, powerful tool to make all of your foundational decisions on for your health for the rest of your life. You could stand on that like a bedrock. And you know, the vast majority of people in the general population don't know that even exists. Therefore, they're helpless. Therefore, they're hopeless. Therefore, they fall into a condition known as depression, which is learned helplessness, and become victims of, you know, pharmaceutical industries, big pharma, and so on and so forth. Without opening up that whole can of worms, there's a solution, and it's real simple. We tell them the story. You know, we show them how easy it is to take all of the essentials, which we talk about with Elevation Health: function, food, future, finances, fitness, and all of these things which remove the interference, remove the obstacles, and remove the barriers from an individual expressing their God-given potential to be all that they were created to be.
Okay guys, welcome back. You just heard Dr. Dave Yachter talked about, you know, stress and the state of most people, how many Americans are depressed and are hurting. And guys, at the end of the day, just like Dr. David said, you know, is depression, is the cause of depression a lack of antidepressant? Is the cause of depression, you know, Prozac or lack of Prozac? So at the end of the day, that doesn't make sense, right? And I can actually funnel down your throat as many pills as possible. And I think every single one of you are going to raise your hand saying that, if I ask you the question, is that going to make you healthier the more pills you have in your body? And I think all of you are going to say, no, there's no way that the more pill I take, the healthier I get. You guys know that. So at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you guys are educated about the fact that the reason you have disease, the reason you have conditions, is because there's a cause. And the cause is the problem that creates the disease, and then you have consequences to that. And a lack of pill is not the answer, that's not the cause to that, and the solution is not more medication, the solution is not more surgeries or different medical treatment. The solution is find out what the cause is, remove the elements that cause the problem, and then you can be healthy. And I'm speaking for myself because when I was 20 years old, I suffered a very big hockey injury, hurt my back really bad, had 2 herniated discs. At the time I was studying medicine, and all they do in medicine is shoot you full of drugs, and they inject steroids in your back, and I had physical therapy, and all those treatments for 6 months did not make me well. Actually, 6 months down the road after that injury, I was still walking with a cane at 20 years old, guys. And if some of you in the crowd are young enough to understand that, that is not a good thing to be crippled at 20 years old. So then I had to go out of the medicine box, and thank God there was a friend of mine who was studying medicine with me, and he said, why don't you go try a chiropractor? And I'm like, well, chiropractors are quacks, so I don't go see quacks. And he's like, well, you look like one right now anyway, so you would fit really well with them. And I said, well, I guess you got a point. I got nothing to lose, everything to gain. So I decided to go with him to see that chiropractor. And that chiropractor explained to me things that I did not know even from studying medicine. They explained to me concepts that I was totally oblivious to, even though I studied medicine for most of my life. And then after trying it out for a few months, it transformed my life. Actually, it transformed my life so much that I decided to go that route instead of staying in medicine. And so that's how powerful chiropractic can be for you guys. And I want to make sure that I share this testimony, because guess what? If somebody would have been able to tell me when I was 15 or 13 years old, why don't you go see a chiropractor so that they can help your nervous system, so that they can help you with showing you the right nutrition skills, the right time management skills, stress management skills, I would have been a whole lot better human being at that age. I would have never been able to, never been in that situation in the first place, being crippled, and I would have been able to help a whole lot more people in my life. Now, not that I'm not helping a whole lot of people, because we are, but we need to let this message out. We need to let people know what we can do, what we cannot do. And unfortunately, as you guys know, what do people think of chiropractors out there? What do people think of chiropractic? It's mixed. Some love them, some hate them. But when you ask them, what does a chiropractor do? And all of them, they will say, well, it's good for back pain and neck pain. And the reality is, yeah, it is good for that. But we can do so much more than that. I want your friends and family to know this stuff, and that's why we have our community dinner. And then in just a moment with my wife, Dr. Tiffany, we'll be explaining to you guys why we have the community dinner, why you should invite your friends and family there, and how it's going to be changing your life and their life.
Well, I mean, there's no doubt that chiropractic care is used to treat back pain all the time. I mean, all of us as doctors, and I'm sure everyone in the audience has had a friend or a colleague or themselves gone to see a chiropractor for back pain. And for whatever reason, a lot of people do have improvement with chiropractic care. And I don't know that I could tell you why it works. And
question is, how do we get that message to them? Because you're sitting there, you've got it, you're doing great, you're on your road to health and healing, but what about all the other sick and suffering people out there that you and I know? And I can't tell you how many times, because I go out in the community, just like all the other Elevation Health doctors, we're out there every single week, week in and week out. We speak at different places of work, worship, churches, places of work, and we stand in front of these people and we tell them the story. And there's not one time that I've ever done that where people weren't blown away. Where they come up to us at the end and they say, what took you so long to find me? I've been sick, hurting, suffering, looking for an answer all my life, going to all these doctors, taking all these tests, taking all these medications, and not getting any results. And that's why we're so passionate about what we do, and why we're so glad that you're part of this mission, why you believe in what we believe, and why you understand with great truth comes great responsibility. So here's the deal. We have a dinner this month. It's our community dinner. What's our community dinner? It's our community outreach ministry, basically, to reach these people that you know, you love, and you care about. The people that are all around you in your home, where you work, you're sitting there watching them open up their purses, opening up their drug jugs, popping pills all day long, complaining. And, you know, you want so badly for them to experience what you've experienced. Well, we've got a solution for that. It's real simple. Tell them about our community dinner. Say, hey, you know, I could see, take you in, you can come with me and meet my Elevation Health doctor. He's got a dinner. We've got a dinner. It's on a Monday night. You just show up. He's going to give you a 20, 30-minute health message, show you what we can do to help you, and he's going to buy all of us dinner. You can't beat that with a stick. Isn't that awesome? So, you know, let's just do it. I mean, every month we do this, and we have the most amazing blessings that come out of it. And so if you haven't experienced that yet, I want to encourage you. Walk over to the front desk right now, and I want you to put the names of the people that you're thinking about, and I want you to invite them. And don't worry about what they say. You know, you plant the seed, God will give the increase. I promise you that. And you know that sometimes you just don't feel like you can explain everything the way they do. That's why we have this dinner. Just bring them to the dinner. We'll show up, one of the doctors will show up and give the health talk. 20 to 30 minutes. We sit around, we fellowship, and you know, we have an awesome dinner. So put the names down, and I can't tell you how fast these spaces fill up. There's so many times when we do this and it's totally full, and people have to wait a whole nother month to get in. And sometimes people don't have that time. They're sick, they need help now. So I urge you to walk over to the front desk now, put the names and the phone numbers of all those people that you know, love, and care about for our community outreach dinner next week. And that's it. I love and appreciate you guys. God bless.
Welcome back, guys. Today I want to talk to you a little bit more about the community dinner, because again, at the end of the day, a lot of people, some of you here right now, actually you're wobbling, hopefully really good, to make sure you have the best adjustment possible. Some of you are wobbling, and after a while we have a tendency to think, you know, why do I have to wobble? Why do I have to come here once, twice, or 3 times a week? I feel great, you know. I don't need these adjustments anymore. I don't need to be here anymore. Or you know, you're having some of your friends and family who are suffering, they're sick, and then you're trying to explain to them what chiropractic is, but you're fumbling with your words, and you're not obviously using the right terminology. And I don't know if you guys are like me, but my best friends, you know, maybe 2 or 3 out of 5 or 6 are actually listening to me. My other friends, they think of Jimmy Lebrecq as the guy that's a fun guy that hangs out with them, and that's not the doctor that can help them. So that's the reality with your friends. They think of you as their friend. They don't want you to be their doctor or their nurse or something like that. And that's why we the expert, Dr. Tiffany and Dr. Jim and Dr. Margaret and all the other doctors in the office, and all the Elevation doctors that founded Elevation Health, that's what we do. We educate your friends, educate your family, so that you don't have to do that, but so that we can lead them to live a life free of disease, in perfect condition, and so on and so forth. So Dr. Tiffany, you know, I know when you grew up in chiropractic, I know you had some experience with that, so can you share with them, you know, what your experience was as a kid?
Sure. So hello everyone again. When I grew up, you know, I was never sick. I got adjusted all the time, and I never really understood why. I just knew that I was very different, that I was never got to stay home, always was at school, had perfect attendance, and it wasn't until I actually went to a chiropractic conference that I totally understood how amazing chiropractic was and what it was actually for, and could heal a body basically of anything. And so here I am getting adjusted, but not being able to explain it to anybody. So I couldn't explain it to my friends or my classmates and things about why I was doing what I was doing. So that's what's so great about a community dinner, is it can actually bring your friends, bring your family, and say, this is what we do and this is why we do it. And then they get it, and then they can be healthy along with you, instead of wondering, you know, why you're going there 2 or 3 times a week and what are you doing there when you're there.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think chiropractic is the best kept secret in the world. I mean, it makes people healthy. I mean, most of you in this room, actually, since we have a 98% success rate, most of you in this room right now, you're doing great. You're doing fantastic. A lot of your health problems have diminished or completely gone. A lot of you, not just pains, but also organ problems. Your organs are functioning better. And again, who should have access to that? Who has the right to have less organ problems, less pain, less fatigue, enjoy life, have a better quality of life? Who should be free of medication, free of disease? we think everyone should be, but for them to be able to understand that, they need to hear from the experts like us on what it is that we do, what it is that we don't do. And they need to reveal the real truth, because Dr. Tiffany, would you agree with me that a lot of people out there are just being lied to? And it's not that the professionals are trying to lie to them, but they just don't know the truth, right? For example,
They just don't know. Yeah.
What don't they know that we are going to cover in this community dinner?
They don't know what chiropractors do. They just think that we crack backs, and they have no idea that we actually help heal the body and help the nervous system actually function at its optimal potential, and that the nervous system controls every single organ, and that through chiropractic they can be well of basically anything.
And people don't know what the cause of their diseases are. You know, they think that cancer just grows in their body for no reason, or it's because of genetics, or they think that heart disease is just something they're going to have because mom and dad had it or grandpa had it. They think that you know, once you reach the age of 50 or 60, you should be on multiple drugs so that your body has to function, because God made lots of mistakes and He doesn't know how to make our body function good until we're 80 or 90 years old. And there's a lot of myths, a lot of misconception as far as health is concerned out there. And that's not right, because I mean, I remember your grandpa when he was like 80 years old. I mean, he was just like, he was still playing golf, he was active, his mind was sharp. I mean, that's the result of somebody that was getting adjusted all his life, was, you know, eating well and exercising. Well. And yeah, you want to comment on that a little bit more?
Well, my grandfather was the first chiropractor in our family, so I mean, he was the fountainhead of our legacy.
But unfortunately, in my opinion, your grandfather was not educating, obviously, his family as well as he could as far as what chiropractic is and what it can do for people.
Yeah, actually, that's part of my chiropractic story, is that I didn't understand what was being done chiropractically and why we were so healthy. And once I did understand, then I wanted to take it to people and explain what we did. Because if I didn't understand that and I was in a chiropractic family, of course, no one else understood it either.
Yeah, and we do understand, guys, how hard it is to explain this thing called chiropractic. I mean, it was hard for me to accept it, you know, when I was in med school and I had no other option. It was hard for Dr. Tiffany to accept it, to even understand it, and being able to explain to her friends and family, like she said, even though she lived in a chiropractic family. So we can't imagine how hard it is for you guys to explain that to your friends and family. And we want to be the solution for you.
Right.
We want you guys to put your friends, your families in front of us so we can deliver the message so they can make better choices for themselves. You know, in the community there, we're going to talk about the causes of disease. We're going to talk about the fact that you don't have disease because of a lack of medication. We're going to talk about the fact that, you know, God created this body to be perfect, and we just mess it up along the way. But people don't know what they're doing that messes up their body. They don't know how different foods can create inflammation in their body and create diseases.
And they don't know that they have hope, that they can get well, that there is a solution out there. That's what we want to help provide for people. You know, I just saw someone that had been through every single process in the medical system, had 3 or 4 surgeries, but they found hope here and they're getting well. And that's what we want to provide to all your friends and family out there, that they can have hope.
Yeah. And you guys will listen to some of our patients who will give you their testimonials, who already have been giving you their testimonial in this clip here, sharing the fact that they have no hope, that they've tried everything according to the medical system out there. And again, had they tried chiropractic first before all these damaging surgery, permanent surgeries, that are irreversible, that are to some extent crippling, they could have had a better life. And it makes us really, really sad to hear stories like this, because here we are, and I avoided surgery because I did the right things. She's never been sick because she's done the right things, and our life is a normal life, and you guys deserve this life. Your friends and family deserves that. So, Dr.
Your children deserve
absolutely.
that.
So what do you think they should do next, Dr. Tiffany?
You should go up to the front desk, and you're going to write your friends and family's names down, and
not just the one that you think have problems, not just the one that you can think of, oh yeah, my friend has headaches, they need to be there. No, everyone that you want to be with in 20, 30 years from now in great health, so you can enjoy all these great sports and activities that you guys love doing. Those are the people that need to be at the community dinner so that they can be with us and understand what health is, what it isn't, and how to become that person that's 70, 80, 90 years old in great health like your grandpa.
Yeah, he's 84.
84 guys. So guys, it's very simple. You guys can't explain this concept to your friends and family. We can. Just like my friends and families, they don't really listen to us even though we're doctors and we're chiropractors. So
no.
Please use us so that your friends can be with you later on in health. Any last word?
We look forward to having them there, and we're going to treat them well.
So dinner is on us, guys.
Right.
It's free for you. It's free for you. It's free for your guests. And what we're gonna pamper you that night, guys. You know, instead of being home, having to cook, having to spend money cooking and all that stuff, we're gonna do all that for you. We're gonna invite you to a great dinner, a new restaurant that's been out for 2 years, very top-notch restaurant actually. That's actually rising on the in the
Popular. It's becoming very popular.
Not just popular, but it's making the reviews and all that stuff as far as the top restaurants in the community. Right. So they will be. You guys will enjoy them.
Yeah.
It's great food, and we're also going to teach you guys. You know, the right things as far as your health is concerned. We're going to pamper you. You guys are going to enjoy this evening.
It's a great company of people.
Yeah. So look forward to see you guys there. Please take advantage of those community dinners. By the way, we'll have them pretty much every month or so, or every 2 months.
But some of your friends need to come right away, so make sure and get a spot for them.
The sooner we get them in there, the sooner they understand what health is, what it isn't, the better it is for us. So.
Right.
All right, guys, looking forward to see you there. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.